The president and senior Republicans initially resisted the disclosure of files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, but eventually bowed to political pressure. The legislation signed Wednesday now requires the Justice Department to disclose all files related to Epstein, including details about his death in federal prison in 2019. U.S. President Donald Trump has authorized the public release of all Jeffrey Epstein-related files. He announced on Truth Social Wednesday night that he signed a bill directing the Justice Department to do so and use the moment to criticize Democrats over their past associations with Epstein.
I think while we're feeling weary about what's going to happen next, how the files are going to be released, and what is going to be released, I do want to say first and foremost to remind every single person that party affiliation is a moot point. We know that there were Democrats and Republicans mentioned and implicated in those files. We know that, and we will be watching to make sure that true transparency is going to happen, and we will hold them accountable to it.
The signing comes a day after the measure passed the House 427-1. It passed the Senate through unanimous consent Wednesday morning.
It's a relief to see him do the right thing by signing the bill. It feels incredible. It feels like surreal. But you know, of course, there's a part of me that wants to be full on happy, but I do have reservations because you know, he's become very unpredictable, especially with the Epstein files.
What's not known is how the Justice Department would release the files. The bill mandates that Attorney General Pam Bondi release all unclassified records tied to Epstein within 30 days.
I expect him to fully comply. I haven't seen her comments, but if she said we'll follow the law, then good. That's what we want. And I'd expect her to. I've known Pam Bondi a long time. I'd expect her to follow the law completely, and they need to do so swiftly.
However, Bondi has authority to withhold or redact information that could interfere with the federal investigation.
Now, what is in play are some of the documents that might show some of the communications with people that were associated with Epstein, even people who are not credibly accused of any wrongdoing, people who continued to associate with him even after he was convicted in Florida for sex crimes. Those documents are likely now to see the light of day.
The law requires the DOJ to redact the identities as well as personal and medical files of Epstein's victims. It also allows the DOJ to withhold information that would jeopardize an active federal investigation or ongoing prosecution. So that's up to the Attorney General and the FBI Director. But for any material that the Justice Department decides to withhold, they'll have to outline the reason within 15 days from when the files are released to the public. Another big question now is how soon the material will be made public. Meanwhile, some have doubts about whether Trump will actually release the files.
There is a question as to whether he will intervene and say, I want an investigation. And when you have an investigation, you cannot release the documents. That's what we're concerned
He's called
about.
for a DOJ investigation of Democrats related to Epstein. You're concerned that might be used by the Department of Justice to say, well, we can't release these files because of...
Well, that's why he's saying it. He's not saying it because he wants to, but he's saying it because he's not concerned about Democrats. He's concerned about himself.
You think he's trying to use that to block the files from actually being released?
Exactly.
One attorney says his clients don't trust the federal government.
You have to remember, my clients are people that have been denied justice by both the state prosecutorial system, but the federal system as well. For almost going on 20 years now, they've been lied to by the government about what they were going to do and that they were going to seek justice on their behalf. So my clients have absolutely no trust right now when it comes to the federal government that they'll do what they say they're going to do.
Trump has said he and Epstein were one-time friends. The president has never been linked to any wrongdoing in the crimes committed by Epstein. The DOJ now has 30 days, and how soon the files will be made public and what material will be released, we'll have to wait and see.